Welcome back to the project of building Titanic in Minecraft. The plan for today is to add details to the forecastle, poop and boat deck, then add interiors to each deck starting from the boat deck and working our way down. You won't believe what I started with. This might sound insane, but I started with entering the world. Who could have guessed? Jokes aside, when I was in, I went to the forecastle deck in the bow and started on the details. I added iron bars on the side, then I added this anchor to the front, then I added the crane. Then these things that I think was used for docking the boat. Then these diagonal lines that I think are worthless, leading up to this probably also worthless box. Then I went to the poop deck. I started with this flagpole at the very stern. And they flew some British thing IRL, but since I'm Swedish and the boat is a Swedish product, I added the Swedish flag instead. Then I added a docking bridge and some benches. I noticed a mistake that I fixed and added these ventilation things. Then I built 2 cranes and stairs down from the poop deck and superstructure. I made some more boxes and more cranes. I added some benches and this thing that I missed while making the superstructure. I also missed the entrance to the third class area under the poop deck. I started with the lifeboats before moving on to the inner first funnel, but I realized that I was further forward than I thought, so I would have to exclude a bunch of rooms. I made a corridor and some rooms, then I realized I had to exclude even more stuff to get space for the grand staircase. This drained my motivation to continue. I looked at the boat and thought about quitting. But then I thought about all the challenges I've overcame before this. The bow, the stern, the end of the superstructure, thank you Thomas. And I was so close to my childhood dream of making Titanic Minecraft. Could I really quit now when I was so close? No. So I made the hole for the grand staircase. Then I made it. It was a lot less grand than IRL, but I'm working with blocks, so what am I supposed to do? I moved it a bit and made the wall behind it and added the dome. Then the windows and some details before adding the gymnasium. Then I added the officer's mess and the inner third funnel. Then I added this room that I don't remember what it was. Then I added some iron bars that I splitted up the deck. I made the second class staircase and added some lifeboats that I forgot to add. While doing it, I saw a trader despawn. Can someone explain what is happening? This must be some glitch or something. Anyways, I added some decorative windows and now the deck is done. When I logged in to make the A deck, I was at the grand staircase. I made a wall and realized that I had to make the hole smaller. So I did that and extended the inner funnel and made the wall behind the stair. Then I made the floor and some details. When I was on, I struggled a while with the stair under the first one. I had to remove the upside down stairs under it to fit it in. I hate myself too. Then I made some corridors for some rooms behind it. And then I spent a while making some rooms. Then I had to make a read and write room thing. And it's supposed to be a corridor there. And to the left of the corridor is the inner funnel. but on mine it's too far away, so I made the room around the funnel instead. Then I made the third inner funnel and a box around it. Then I made the first class lounge. It wasn't too hard. I didn't have to modify it too much. Then I made a corridor thing behind it leading to the aft grand staircase. It's a little bit smaller and less famous than the forward one. Then I was gonna make the first class smoke room and the second class area. The second class area was split into two on the real thing because of the funnel, but I had to split the smoke room instead. Then the A deck is done. So I might have forgot to record the B deck, so here's maybe a tour of it. When logging back on, I was on the second class there. I went out, I went down under the forecastle deck to build the area under it. This is kinda boring, so I'll just skip it. Then I went to the main part of the C deck. I extended the first inner funnel and almost all of the C deck is rooms. After 40 minutes of just rooms, I finally made it to the aft grand staircase, meaning a barbershop and a dining room for the mace or something like that. Then you won't guess what came afterwards. Rooms. More rooms. I don't know how many rooms I built, but I built many rooms at this point. I'm a room engineer. Then I made it to the second class area. I didn't get time to do much before having to log off. I decorated the second class areas and remade the stair before coming to the first third class area. The smoking room, general room and the stairs under the poop deck. Then the sea deck was done. I started with making some of the deck itself in the bow. In there I made some sleeping cabins for the firemen and the firemen's staircases. Then I made a third class enclosed promenade. Then I made more rooms and what I think is called the reception area for the first class dining room. And the first class dining room, I mean, sorry. Then I made a room where the food gets prepared. The hospital room thing is in there for some reason, so I added it. And I have noticed that the window looked weird when touching the yellow. So I tried making some windows one block down, and it actually looks better. So I lowered all D deck windows. It's gonna look weird on the D deck, but I care more about the outside. Then I decorated the kitchen area thing and made the general shape of the second class dining room before logging off. When I logged back on, I made the second class dining room. It took around 20 minutes. Then I made some second class rooms. Then I made some third class rooms, and they were at the very end of the ship. And now I'm gonna end the video. It's gonna be too long if I include all decks, so I'll build the others in the next video. Subscribe so you don't miss out, and thanks for watching.